Single barrels. Are they any good? Single barrels at 10 years old are 10-year-old whiskeys worth $10 per age year. Well, today we're going to crack open a new bottle. I have never had it. I've had the brand, but I've never had this particular bottle. So stick around with me. Let's give it a taste. And you guys can let me know whether you have ever had this bottle and what you think. Hey everybody, welcome back to Bourbon and Burns. I'm Chris, and today we are going to open up the Rebel 10-year, and this here is a single barrel. So I have never had a Rebel 10-year. I have been to Lux Row and have tried the Rebel. For those of you NASCAR fans out there, Rebel does sponsor Kyle Busch's race car. So that's just a little tidbit there. But this here is aged 10 years. It is a single barrel. It was filled 3/20/2014. It is 100 proof, so 50%. And for those of you that don't know, I am going to guess this says distilled and aged in Kentucky, bottled for Lux Row Distillers, Bardstown, Kentucky. I'm not really sure whose juice this is. I can only assume it's probably Green River. It could be MGP because without getting too much into it, Lux Row and Green River and MGP and Penelope and the others are kind of all the same company, just a different division and a different breakdown. How much togetherness and coalition and synergies are there, I'm not real sure. For those of you that may know a little more than me, that a little may have a job there, let me know. I have heard that they're trying to separate them out a little bit with the crash coming in the bourbon market, allegedly. Come to Ohio, I don't think there's much of a crash. But anyway, long story, we're going to go ahead and get into this, and I will let you guys know my thoughts. I forgot to mention as I'm opening this thing here, let me get it out. It came in a fancy box. And the MSRP on this is, I believe, $100. Now, I took it out of the box already because it was a pain in the neck to get out of the box the way it all fit in there, and the box was a little bit smashed up. I did not buy this in Ohio. I actually got it online, and you guys can see, I think it was from my August Bourbon Haul video that I did not get it from Ohio. But anyway, let's go ahead and give it a fresh crack and see what we think. Nice cork pop. Came out of there pretty good, and I got it all over my hand. It must, whatever. I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoy that chug-a-lug sound. I don't know why. Good. Just reminds me of a kid, goofing around like that. It'd spill it all over the place. Back to my soapbox before. I wish they'd make these bottles a little easier to pour out of, but whatever. So the Rebel is a handcrafted according to our original time-honored wheated recipe since 1849. And blah, 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 whiskey that honors the Rebel in all of us. Probably hence why Kyle Busch is also known as Rowdy. And he's kind of a rebel of, nowadays, NASCAR, they don't let you do too much beating and banging around like they did back in the day. But, yeah, well, I can smell it from here, and it smells pretty darn good. Oh, yeah. Okay. So a 10-year wheated bourbon. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody out there other than Pappy. That has a 10-year-old wheated bourbon. Weller 12. Yep. Okay. Um, guys, do you know of anyone else? Old Fitz stuff. Yeah. Okay. Old Fitz. All right. So I guess for the price though, and the availability, you know, I don't think. Let's see. Do I have anything else that's wheated? I guess Maker's Mark cellar age stuff is older than 10 years, but they don't technically state it. They just say they have some mix of some older, 10, 12, 15, depending on what year it is. Um, so I wonder where this came from. Obviously, they don't tell you. Otherwise, I tried looking it up and couldn't figure it out. But if any of you guys, like I said, down in the comments, let me know. A lot of sweet caramel. Picking up some cinnamon notes. I'm getting a little bit of a hay smell. And a lot of times, whenever I first open a wheated, I kind of get that, but it pretty much goes away. Except for I do have one up there that is, I won't trash them. It's not a very good bourbon, but that's pretty much all I get. Maybe I'll do a review soon on that one and kind of give you our least favorite bourbons. All right, let's give it a taste, see if it tastes as good as it smells. A lot of cinnamon, a little bit of a sweet baking spice. Um, so that hay note, I think, is almost more like man, that's like a sweet cookie. Maybe a snickerdoodle. Yeah, is that the cookie that has the sugar on top? It's like your normal dough cookie, but with sugar and cinnamon on top, and then it's got that Hershey Kiss. Is that what they're called? I forget what those things are called. Or no, maybe the snickerdoodles are the ones just basically the same, just without the Hershey Kiss. Not much complexity to it, really. Um, it's kind of thin. I would say that baking spice, and I'm not getting too much oak on the back end, maybe just a touch, which I don't usually get a whole lot of that on your normal wheateds. But I would say at 10 years, If this was $100, I didn't pay that much for it. I did get it at a little bit of a discount. Man, I don't think that's $100 bourbon bottle. Not when some other ones, the Maker's Mark up there, the private selections that just have so much more complexity to them. This is a little bit thinner. I think this probably should have been about 120, well, at least 110 proof, we'll call it. Maybe 115, 118. Maybe it had too many oak tannins coming through at that. Maybe through the mid palate, a little bit of fruit, but I'm getting a lot of that cinnamon, vanilla, sweetness right up front, and that pretty well lingers most of the way through because it's pretty thin. Finish is gone pretty quick. So if you're looking for a bourbon to not hang around, not totally coat the whole back of your throat, this would be a very good option because it has a lot of flavor, guys. And I'm not trying to trash it here, but it has a lot of flavor. For me, though, that flavor is just gone pretty quick. And I mean, I'm kind of drinking this pretty quickly because I'm trying to get as much out there to you guys as I can, but the finish really goes away. I mean, so quick. And I'm not used to that with a 10-year-old bourbon. It's just, it's thin. I mean, it is not, I mean, there's not much legs there, guys. There really isn't. And unfortunately, I think this knocks it down a peg. I know this isn't a 5 Alarm Friday. This is just a normal review here, but am I glad I bought it? Yeah. If I would have bought it at $100, I'd be very disappointed. It is not worth $100 to me. This is probably a $60, $65 bottle. Whenever you can get the Maker's Mark private selections for 60, $70, I think they are a lot better. I know for a lot of you guys, antique is hard to find, but it's even more complex than this, and it's 6 to 8 years, they say. So it's a good bottle, but I would not run out there and spend $100 on it. And that's always kind of been my problem with Lux Row. Whenever I was down there, I tried this 6-year and I got just about the same thing. Maybe this is a single barrel and maybe that's why it just doesn't have the complexity, but let me know down in the comments if you guys have ever had it. If you would, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in any of our swag, it is down in the link below there. We have t-shirts, hoodies. We'll ship them right to you. And if you would, leave me a comment down below what you guys think. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a great day. Hope to see you out there on the Bourbon Trail. Cheers.